What's up, CEOs? It's Shamel coming to you with another auto dealer training. Today, we're going to be talking about building my dealership with little money. So if you're watching this right now, then you're probably watching a replay. And as people come in, I want to introduce myself for those who don't know me. Like I said, I'm Shamel, and I started the Auto Dealer Business School because I felt like startup dealers needed an auto dealer business school to basically give the blueprint to running a high earning dealership with happy customers selling quality used cars. So I needed an auto dealer business school, and since I couldn't find one, I started it. And that's what we do here at the Auto Dealer Business School is we help startup dealers, no matter your budget, to build your dream dealership. So over the years, I've had an opportunity to do a lot of great things with the Auto Dealer Business School, honestly. Hey, I see someone's watching. Let me know who is here, and let me know if you can hear me too, right? Oh, I forgot my AirPods, and they're all the way across the room. But anyway, I've been able to be a speaker at the NADA conference, which is the National Auto Dealer Association. I've been able to have over 400 strategy sessions with auto dealers and potential auto dealers or would-be auto dealers. Auto Dealer Business School is A+BB rated by the Better Business Bureau. We have lots of different members. I've been able to build dealerships all over the U.S. in Virginia and Texas and California and Illinois and Georgia, and I'm sure I'm missing some places, right? And I've gotten to know a lot of great people, and I am, going to continue to do this work, right? But my first love is selling cars, and that's what I love to do. What's up, Cool Boss D? You can hear me clearly? Great. So my first love is selling cars. That's what I want to do, and that's what I continue to do, right? But I don't show that part as much. So I'm a little nervous about this video today because I'm kind of private, and I almost didn't do this kind of work because I was like, I want to keep, what I'm doing close to me, right? But I'm starting to realize that if everyone is private, then who is out here to tell us what's really going on behind the scenes? So this is the behind the scenes of me opening my new car lot, my new dealership location. All right. So if you don't know the story, then the story goes like this. I started off, I'm a licensed dealer in Georgia. I started off with an office and got licensed there, build up the business. Took me 2 years. I struggled a lot, lost lots of money, but kind of put together a plan based on a couple of things that I figured out I needed to have in this business. Moved to a car lot, was rocking and rolling, and then some personal things started to affect business. And I ended up asking God, like, well, what am I supposed to be doing in this space, like with my life? And God was like, well, you need to teach the people what you know. So that's when I started Auto Dealer Business School while still selling cars, but then moved back to an office. Okay, so that's the story, and that's been the story, right? Selling cars from an office location, because in Georgia, that's all you really need to be licensed and sell cars. All right. So fast forward, I'm like, yes, I'm ready for my bigger, better, badder location. So let's get it. Like, I'm the expert. I know how to do this. I can whoop de whoop over here and it'll all be good. And then I started having some challenges. And I was like, why am I having challenges? What's going on? Like, things just falling apart, right? And so I'm typically the kind of person who will push through challenges. But in my older age, I'm starting to ask questions when I have challenges, right? Like, is this for me? Like, what's happening? What's going on? Because a long time ago, I did have a talk with God, like, hey, I will make anything happen. So if there's something that doesn't need to happen, then I need you to let me know very clearly that this is not moving in the best way by making it not an option, right? Because I do have a strong will. I will go out and get it. That's just how I am. Good morning, Ramon. What's up? So when we had that talk with God, now I'm listening more like, okay, well, what's going on? And then I finally realized that I was scared. That was the main thing that was holding back this new dealership is my fear. So also in my older age, I realized fear is a friend. It just tells us what we need to plan for. Just because we have a fear doesn't mean it's like a negative, like it's a naysayer. It's not trying to steal our joy or steal our goal. It's basically saying, yo, you have fear in this area, so how are you going to plan for that thing that you're scared to happen to not happen, right? So I was like, oh, okay. Well, let me sit down with myself and think about all the things that happened the last time I had a car lot, right? So then I started thinking about it and I was like, well, everything in my life was kind of neglected at that time. Because of it, I ended up going through a divorce. Like, okay. I worked all the time and I did not have any self-care. Like I didn't, take care of myself in the ways that I know I need to support success. And my household was kind of a mess, right? Because I was working all the time and the business was the primary focus because I can focus in, I can make it happen. But this time my fear was like, I don't want that life. I don't want it to be like that this time around. So if that's what happened last time, what am I going to do different for it not to happen this time, right? So I was like, oh, okay, all right. Well, what am I going to do different? So I started just thinking about like, okay, where do I start? I'm going to start with self-care because everything breaks down if you don't take care of yourself. And I know self-care is kind of like popular right now, right? I mean, I think it's for good reason, but I know also it's popular with women mostly, right? But I want to talk to the men and I want to say, like, you have to take care of yourself too. Like, you have to have time for yourself and do the things that make you better at being you, right? So I had to think about the things that make me better at being me. I love working out. I am not happy if I'm not working out. My body is not happy. It is upset at me, right? So part of what I had to do with building this dealership was to make sure I work out now because, once it gets started, it may be crazy, but if I have a pattern now, then I'll ensure I work out. So I got me a Peloton bike. I'm celebrating my 25th ride coming up on Friday. If you want to join me, #AutoBay is me. Shout out to the follower who gave me that name. I like it. Thank you. I'm rocking with it. So yes, if you need to work out and you're like, how am I going to fit working out in? And the bike has been a great thing for me. I'll put a referral code in there so you can get the bike if you get something off the bike if you don't have the bike, right? Yes, Junior, let's get it, right? So yes, I had to make sure I was working out. I had to also make sure I was eating healthy because last time I had a car lot location, I was not eating healthy. I was gaining weight because there was a Cracker Barrel right next to the office. And that's where I would eat most of the time, right? So I had to make sure I ate healthy. So I joined one of those subscription food things, Daily Harvest, so that I could get some like healthy meals and some quick meals. Cause I know I'm gonna be busy, right? I'm gonna be busy and that's not gonna be my focus. My focus is gonna be this business and selling cars, but how do I put taking care of myself on autopilot? So that's one, the food service, Daily Harvest. I'm actually looking for one for my husband. So if anybody else knows of a food service, cause Daily Harvest does have kind of small portions. And if you eat a lot, then that's not for you, right? So I'm looking for one that, gives some good healthy food in bigger portions. So if you know one, let me know in the comments, right? Because this is holistic. I got to support everything going on in my life to build up this location, right? So also, since I know I'm going to be working a lot, I needed to put some things in place for my household. I like a clean household. I think a clean house is a comfortable house. I grew up like that. My mother's mother was like super clean. And honestly, her house was so inviting because of it, right? And so that's kind of part of what I have adopted growing up. And I don't feel good if my household is neglected. I had a strategy session with someone yesterday, and I was telling her that, hey, you have to get household support, because every time you walk in that door and the house looks a mess, or you got laundry, or the yard is all out of place, you're gonna feel some type of way. And putting that kind of energy out in the world is gonna eventually tell you this is not working, right? And it's not gonna say you just need to get this part's not working. It's just gonna say this is not working, right? And then everything is not working, right? So you have to give yourself extra support at home, because you're going to be away from home a lot. I had to give myself, okay? So that's laundry help, housekeeping, yard, and of course the food, what I was talking about, right? So I know you guys are like, okay, I don't know if you're like, okay, but for me, I was like, do I really need to do all this stuff before I build a dealership? Like, dude, I mean, is all of this really necessary? Like, can I just get out there and sell cars and, make it do what it do and everything be all right? And the answer is yes. But if your lifestyle is changed or neglected because of your new business or your dealership, then you're going to feel like it's not working. Because even though I had my dream dealership then, I felt like it wasn't working. And these were the areas in life that I had to correct and make work, right? So do you have any questions? You have any questions about, this is the personal side of all the stuff that I really had to pay attention to build up this new location, right? So I had to take care of myself, spend time with, people who matter, and not work all the time. So these are the things that I now know for my new dealership. So then let's go to the business side if you don't have any questions about the personal side. Okay. So now that I feel solid and grounded on my personal side, right? Now I had to start thinking about, well, what are my fears on the business side? What do I want this new business to do? So I want to profit $50,000 a month minimum. Okay. That's my goal. So then how much does this cost? How much does it cost to profit $50,000 a month? So when people have been asking me, how much do I need for my dealership? I've never really knew what to tell them. Like, it was like, okay, you can $20,000 that can get you there. Just really didn't know what to tell them, because the reality is, how much money do you want to make? And then how much does it cost to make that money? That's the reality. That's how you calculate how much money you need for your budget, right? So for me, here I'm saying, okay, I want to profit $50,000 a month in this new location. How much does this cost? Well, now I have to do a break-even analysis to figure out how many cars I need to sell to break even to profit that much. And then what are all my expenses, so I know what's actually profit, right? So now to do the break-even analysis, you have to calculate your fixed costs. That includes your salary, which now includes all of the stuff that you put together on the personal side to make sure you don't neglect yourself, like money for the household support, money for the bike if you do the bike, or money for, the food service. All of those things need to now be in your salary, so that you can pay for the things that are going to support you, so you can support the business. Okay. In addition to whatever your household costs are, but like, give it a real number, like a number. Like, if you were taking a job and they offered you this money, would you say yes, or would you say no? You'd be like, that's not enough money. Don't do yourself like that in your own business. Make your salary something that if you were taking a job, you'd be like, yes, that's what's up. Okay. So yes, that's part of your fixed costs. Also part of your fixed costs are your team. So you need to add those costs in, and then you need to divide all of the fixed costs monthly by your profit per car. Now, if you're selling cash cars, then your profit is around $1,500 a car. If you're selling cars that are $5,000 to $10,000, your average profit should be around $3,000 a car. And it goes up from in the different markets that you're in, okay? So then you divide that by, you divide your fixed cost by your profit per car. And now you know how many cars a month you need to sell to make that, right? So I need to sell about 40 cars a month to make that a reality, right? So then my next question in building this dealership is, well, what team do I need to make this happen? And do you have any questions about this? Y'all are quiet. Are y'all taking notes? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? So I feel like I'm going through a lot, and I want to make sure that it's helpful for you. So let me know if you have any questions. Let me know what your thoughts are. Okay. So yeah, then I had to think about what team I wanted, what team I need to make this happen. Like 40 cars a month. I'm not a solopreneur. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to be able to even do all that work by myself, right? So I need a team. Okay, you're with me so far. Okay, great. So I need a team. You are going to need a team the more vehicles you sell. So you're going to need a recon team. You're going to need a sales team. You're going to need an acquisitions team, right? So I know starting out, I'm acquisitions team. And the recon team I need to put together, which will include my mechanic, my detailer, right? And the sales team is my marketer, and actually the person who sells the vehicles, right? Which also may be me at certain points. But I don't want to start out with a model that puts me in the center of all the things in the business, because that creates a bottleneck and also creates a situation where you can't take time off, you can't get away from the business, and that's not my dream dealership. And I don't think that that's yours either, right? Now, I know it's going to require me to do what I need to do in the beginning, until everything is ironed out. But until then, but after then, I'm definitely making sure that I'm not part of the everyday operations of the business, okay? So then you put your team together, and then what are the other things I need to sell about 40 cars a month? Well, I definitely gonna need customer service system, because I'm gonna have people calling me for stuff, and I need to handle those people, because one of the fastest way to not reach your monthly goal of selling cars is to have bad reviews or bad customer service or, bad stuff out there about you and your business, right? So you need a customer service system, you need marketing, and you need inventory on demand, right? I know everyone's talking about inventory is hard to get. It's hard to get in certain places, but not in all places. So you got to find some places where you can buy inventory. And then the next step is just to sell 40 cars then right now. Like I can put together that team and do a trial run before I jump into this situation where I have more operational costs, etc. I can put together everything now, which is what I am doing, to hit that goal, so that when I move to this new location, I am 110% confident that it is going to be successful. What's up, Muhammad? How you doing? So that is the first part. So this is not the end of the journey. This is just the beginning. I realized I had some challenges. I realized that my challenges were communicating to me to do something different. I put together what I need to do differently. I put together what it will take, and now I'm ready to roll. So if you're ready to roll, if you need a plan, if you need a strategy, then I do offer strategy sessions for those interested in getting to the business, or if you already have your license and you need to turn your business around, I can definitely give you a plan for that. I'll put the link in the description for the strategy session. But all I want to say is I used to be one of those people who avoided this work, like thinking it through and like planning it holistically, like from the bottom up, I would just focus on what are the actions I need to take. Okay, I need to get licensed. I need to sell cars. End of story, right? But I'm starting to realize that it's much more complicated than that, because you are human. You are who you are. You're creating this experience. And so you need to give yourself all the things you need to create a wonderful experience. All right. So any questions? Any questions? Anybody got any questions? Cool Boss D, Ramon Jr., what's up? Hey, Marijuana, what's up? Hi, great info. Good luck with your new dealership. No questions for you. But if during the call you will contrast your existing situation to smaller and or beginner dealers starting off solo, working by themselves and selling a few cars versus 40 per month, I would love to hear that. I sure will. So I actually think that would be next week, because the reality is that's where I am right now. That is exactly what I'm doing. Is I'm selling, I'm in a smaller situation and I'm selling fewer cars a month. So I think I may talk about that next week. I'll see, what the overall consensus is about what information people need to move forward. But yes, in building a bigger dealership, I realized that these are the things that I need. But I want to say though, Marijuana, that having a smaller business is much like having the bigger business. To be honest, like all these things that I'm doing to build this bigger dream dealership are all the things I'm doing now and just enhancing to handle more volume. You need to do the same things. You need to have a team. You need to do a break-even analysis. You need to pay yourself a salary. You need to have all of these systems in place: customer service, marketing, inventory on demand, right? And you need to push the limit on how many cars a month you can sell each and every month, so you can grow. And you won't grow if you're the only person in your business, or if it's just you and a partner, right? It may need to start out that way. Like, that's just real talk. But how long will it stay that way? You need to transition very quickly to a team and an affordable team. So I definitely will talk more about that though next week. And anybody else, let me know if you have any questions. Anybody on Peloton, I hope you join me for my 25th ride, because yes, I'm serious about my self-care this time around. And as always, I am praying for your success. Okay, makes perfect sense. Okay, yes, I'm glad. So yeah, I'll just run it down, because I know that a lot of people start with a few cars. That's just the way it is. And there's nothing wrong with that. I posted for Black History about a guy who started with 7 cars for his dealership, and he was, very successful in the end. So things start small. Great things start small, right? So would love to hear about how one day your dealership started with 5 cars and now grossing $1 million plus. Right? So, that's my dream for you. All right, CEOs, I look forward to talking to you during a strategy session. Let me know if there's anything you want to know about next one of these videos, and I will see you next week. All right, bye.